Hello and welcome to Experiencing Love. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. Today, I draw for you again, continuing the picture from yesterday, and I'll probably continue this photo for the next few days, honestly. But, anyways, I talk a little bit today about something that was on my mind yesterday, a decision I made that may or may not have had to do with a crush, that may or may not have had to do with a pretty girl, and me, of course, second guessing myself. So, learn more in the episode. Watch it, enjoy. Before we head over there, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Do what you gotta do to let me know what else you want to see. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So, I wanted to continue my drawing for today, as if you watched my video yesterday, you'll know that I might spend a couple days on this one. I'm trying out to talk and draw at the same time as a skill set. Call it multitasking, call it whatever. I'm probably just doing both equally poorly, and that's okay. I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna figure it out. I also wanted to kind of learn how to talk after watching yesterday's video. I wanted to learn how to talk without having as many breaks in my speech. When I normally record, you guys don't see a lot of this. You guys just see the jumps, you see the breaks, you see the skips. But there's times where I am silent for a long period of time, even longer than the time I was in the episode yesterday. So I'm trying my best to not do that as much. And that being said, I know I'm still going to have some breaks here and there. I know I'm still going to have some moments where my brain just decides to stop. And I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared to practice doing that a bit more or doing that a bit less, dealing with it a bit more. But I did have some things I kind of wanted to talk about, to go into today. I had an experience yesterday, we'll call it, where I had the opportunity to do something nice for someone, right? Or at least I'm looking at it as doing something nice for someone. And in doing something nice for them, I realized I found myself second guessing. I found myself wondering if that was something I should have done or if I should have just stayed quiet. And the reason for this is that I was taking into account my beliefs of what other people would say or do in reaction to me doing what I wanted to do, right? I wanted to give someone something like I was getting for free anyways, and I can give it away. And I wanted to give that to someone. And I think the real person, now that I'm actually getting into it now, that was even capable of judging was me. Like, I was judging myself. I think I was questioning my own intentions as to, like, oh, like, why is it that I want to give this away to this person, right? And I have some ideas. And I think because of those ideas, which I'll get into probably by the end of the episode today, it makes me wonder, like, okay, why is it that I really wanted to do a nice thing, right? So I admit that what I wanted to do was to give something to a girl that I thought was pretty cute, right? Like, quite simple as that. It's still so funny to me how I struggle to say things like that out loud. But that's why I'm here. That's why I'm practicing, right? And so I wanted to give something to her, right? Give her this class that I get for free anyways, every single month. I could give it away to whoever I want. And yet, I still found myself second guessing. I still found myself second guessing myself. Let me be so clear about that. Because the only thing I was going off of was my own beliefs, my own thoughts, people, just being around, like looking at me, not looking at me, whatever, it doesn't matter. I was judging myself, saying like, okay, Philip, like, what are you doing this for? Are you doing this to be nice, or are you doing this because you want something? And I think deep down, I did it because I wanted something, not just to be nice. I'm just using, oh, let me be nice kind of thing as like a mask, which actually feels really gross to me. Like I don't like that feeling. I don't like how I'm like using the things I have and being able to give that away to get someone to do a certain like, it's not that I wanted to do a certain thing, it's that I just wanted to become closer, right? Like I wanted to build up a closer friendship, right? Because I guess also it's important for me to note that when I want to like start any friendship, any relationship, or I guess I should say, if I want to start any relationship, my focus is always on like, all right, do I want to be their friend first, right? Like it doesn't matter how physically attracted I may be to someone. I'm like, I need to make sure that they're like a cool person, because if I'm going to spend a lot of time with them, I want to make sure I like spending time with them, right? So this was someone I did enjoy spending time with. I thought they were pretty cool. So I was like, all right, yeah, I'm okay with this then. I'm okay with trying to get closer. And in what ways can I do that? Well, I have this class of something that I already do, and I want to get more people involved. The more likely they are to come back, and in which case, cool, more opportunities to be friends. And so I'm trying to now kind of like reconcile with that and realize like, no, like Philip, like you did this with these intentions. Like, let's be so honest. You did this for a very specific reason. And whatever the reason may have been, right, which we're going over now, but like whatever may have been, the fact still stands that it happened. Like I gave that away. And now I'm not about to just like take it away, right? And I don't want to take it away. But I do sort of want to go about this a bit smarter, a bit more aware, and say like, okay, you know what? You're doing things to get what you want. Honestly, we're all doing that. We're all making choices. We all have things that we want. But there's still some good that could come of this. Because I think what hurts a lot of people is they make these decisions. They decide like, okay, you know what? I'm going to give this to this person, or I'm going to do this act or whatever. And when I do that, they're going to give me XYZ, right? And if they don't, I get pissed. It's that part that I want to avoid. Like I don't want, and I don't plan to fall into the, oh, you know what? Like I gave you this, so you owe me. That's actually not it whatsoever. My goal at this point is to, eventually communicate, and I say eventually, probably today, that I really just want them to pay it forward. Because I'm gonna be so honest, I'm uncomfortable right now. Like I've made myself uncomfortable. Like I've done this to myself, and yet I know that there's still good that could come of this, right? Like I just said that. But there's good that could come of this. I don't have to be the recipient of something good happening. And then it got me thinking about just doing that more in general. Like, what if I started doing this so often that it just became a part of what I do? Like, I am just a person that gives things like that away because I can. And because I want people to pay it forward. I want to pay the good forward. Not for me, but for the rest of the world. Because I think that was another part that felt inauthentic to me. Right? I was telling myself for a while, I was like, oh, Philip, like, yeah, Just tell them to pay it forward. But I remember a long time ago watching a video that was like really look at how you interact with people. And I guess the topic was about like, act in a way that you'd be all right with acting both to your boys and girls, right? Like, yeah, you can hold the door for a girl, right? So long as you also are holding the door for guys and your friends and stuff like that. Like, it's little things like that. I think the topic of the video was like what's inappropriate, what's appropriate. And they're saying it's like, like don't go behind a girl and hug her in like a very kind of sensual way, like especially if you guys aren't close like that, if that's something you wouldn't do to your boys. And I was like, oh, you know what, like that makes sense. Like what would I be willing to do with my boys, right? And if I'm all right with doing it to my boys, I could do it to my female friends, my girlfriends, right? So, anyways, there's that. There's that situation, that vibe going on right now, where I'm just trying to thread that needle. And I have talked about it here before. If there's someone that I want to be in a relationship with, or no, if there's a version of myself that I want to be within a relationship, I made a commitment to myself that I want to become that person in practice, like on my own. And it's not impossible to do things like that. To do things like, hey, you know what? I have these things to give away. Let me practice giving away one of them every single month. If I get it for free, why not? Like someone who maybe can't afford it or doesn't want to afford it or just hasn't really thought about it all that much. Like what if I'm the reason that they're able to do it and they're able to enjoy it and try it out? And then if they like it, the only form of payment that I need, quote unquote, need, is for them to pay it forward to someone else in the future. Like share that love, spread that love, give that love to someone who really needs it. There's so many opportunities out there, and I don't think I practice this outward love enough, right? I do the show. I talk about it all the time. And a lot of what I talk about usually has to do with, your personal relationships, the ones like that are closest to you, maybe family, close friends, or whatnot. But there's still so much opportunity to love and to give out there that it's like, I still have so much to practice. I still have so much to learn. I have so much to do. So, on one side, I'm happy that, for the most part, I'm aware, right? I'm happy that, like, I'm realizing this now because now I can go into whatever's coming next with this knowing, with this realization that I was like, hey, like, let's get expectations in check, right? I know why I did this. And when I have my expectations in check, like, I don't worry about being disappointed, right? Because I know what I want. Now I'm like deciding that I want this to be an act of kindness to be paid forward. Yeah, the origins of this may not have been the best, right? And by the best, I mean like doing it for more selfish reasons. Like I wanted to get to know this person, right? It wasn't all selfless. It wasn't all benevolent. But that being said, like, when are we not driven by things like that? Also, that's like a sidebar. Like, when are we not driven by at least some version of like selfish desires, right? Like, when are we not driven by little things that we want to do, we want to feel, we want to experience? I'll get a thinner pen for this part. I don't know. I don't know if this changes how anybody thinks or feels about me and what I do. It's okay if it does. Honestly, we're always getting our indexes updated on people. We're always learning something new about someone and making new opinions or forming new opinions, making new choices, all of that fun stuff. And so like I don't know, whatever you think, I trust you. I trust that you're going to make the best judgment for you, right? You're going to make the best choice for you. You're going to do what you have to do to be around the people that you know are right for you. Honestly, and if we're going to talk about why I did this, right? I think I've just had such a focus recently on like wanting to build more connections that I started doing more. Does that check out? Like I started doing more, feeling more, like meeting more people, talking to more people, like doing things more spontaneously, doing things more out of the blue. All in the name of love and connection, dude. I'm gonna fix this up in a bit. Yeah, so that happened recently. Really, like, made me overthink last night. Maybe made me really wonder. All right, dude, what is it that's going on? Like, what do you got in your head? But other than that, I kind of had a great day yesterday. Um, maybe like that was part of it, but also just in general, I feel like I'm growing a lot. I feel like I'm learning a lot. Um, growing at work, learning a lot at work. There's times when I'm like, all right, what direction am I going in now? What am I trying to figure out? But cool thing is, like, I am figuring it out. Like, I am enjoying this. I am just kind of taking everything day by day. And I hope you are too. I hope you are enjoying everything that life is throwing your way. Because eventually, life will send you the right people, life will send you the right experiences. Just be open to them, be ready for them. Because when they come, they're going to come fast. Pause. But true. Like when they're here, you're only going to have a very brief moment to capture them. You're only going to have a brief moment to really take it in and experience it, love it, enjoy it. I had this like thought yesterday about everything that I just told you, right? One of them was that this thing that I gave away, right? I could have 100% not given it away and waited for a better opportunity, waited for someone else to give it to. And I had this thought. I've already wasted at least like 6 of these classes in that like I have not given them away. So I was like, okay, like what's the harm in giving it away now, right? And for one, there is no harm. But there is this, how would I say this? I guess like opportunity cost, maybe. I think that might be the word. In that a lot of people want to make sure they're getting the most bang for their buck, right? They're trying to get the most out of every situation. And sometimes that means like holding off on something like this, right? Like I could have said, you know, I want to give this class to a pretty girl. And so I'm going to wait until I find a pretty girl that I vibe with, that like I want to get to know, and I'm going to invite her to this class, right? But then I could easily sit there and judge every single person that comes through. Like I'm not talking like through the door, I'm talking about like into my life. And I could say, "Oh, but there might be someone better later. There might be a better person suited for this later." Which maybe, but also that's playing the game of like thinking there's always going to be something better. And I've done that for a while, and it's not always, as I like to say, useful, helpful, efficient. Many times it actually has me missing out on the best things. So many bests have like come and gone because I've just been waiting for quote unquote a little bit better, for something a little bit more relevant to come by. But no, it never did. It never did. And so in giving this away, I was like, you know what? Like if I actually do find someone within this next like 3 weeks, 4 weeks that I'd want to also give a class to, well then I have 3 weeks to, well, for one, figure that out, and then I could give them the next class from next month. And it's like really that simple. That instead of just waiting for the best to come, getting more comfortable spotting the incredible that's already here. Yeah, it might not be the best. Yeah, it might not be something that, I guess, can't get any better. I don't know. There's no other way to really say that. But it's all about, like, it's the fact that we don't know. We don't know, and that's what gets me, dude. That's what gets me at the end of the day. What gets me is that I keep trying to guess if there will be better or not, and I just want to enjoy this life now. I want to just have this fun now. I want to meet people now and put smiles on faces and enjoy some climbing, enjoy some exercise, enjoy some bike riding, enjoy going to a party here and there. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, maybe not a party. But, like, you know what I mean? Like a gathering, a get together, festival, maybe. There's so many times that, like, I'm just going for a walk at night. And I was like, I wish I had someone by my side to do this with. Like, that's real. And that being said, like, I'm not rushing it. I'm not going to just put myself into anything. I'm going to make sure that it's right for me. And I still want it. I still want it. I still want that in my life, and it's okay to want that in my life. No doubt about it. And I want that for you too. Like, what I want for you is I want you to have someone by your side. I want you to have love. I want you to have connection. I want you to have people that you trust. People that you can just spend these days with, spend life with. Life is so hectic, it's so chaotic. The more people you have by your side that you really love and care about, the better. The better. And I want that for you. I do. So, I think this is day 2 of this drawing. I might actually, like, crop it here. Crop it? Finish it? Not finish it. Like, stop this video here. and just kind of continue this over the next few days. I think I'm actually going to put a lot of effort into this one. As you can see, I'm trying out this like shading technique, crosshatch I think it's called, but like I haven't done much of the crossing, so maybe it's just hatch. News, I don't know. But I'm trying it out. I'm trying to learn. I don't know if I feel quite better after everything I've just shared, but I do know it will get better. I do know that I'll figure it out. It'll become obvious later today what's what. And maybe tomorrow will be a little bit of a different episode. Or maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be the exact same thing. But anyways, I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening, for joining me on my journey through life, for joining me on figuring out human experiences. Right? Going on a walk yesterday, I was telling my cousins, I was like, yeah, you know what? Like, there's certain things that I do, certain things that I experience that only become clear to me like 3 years later. And it sucks when that happens. And at the same time, I'm getting better because maybe that number used to be 5 years or whatever. So I just want to thank you one more time for being here. Thank you so much for listening and joining me on this waterfall image that I got going on, but really, and just hearing me out, hearing what I got going on, and joining me on this learning journey. This podcast is less of a podcast these days and more of a diary that you get to be a part of, you get to see. And it'll just be existing out in the internet, out on the world, or out on the internet, out in the world, for everybody to see for years to come, to know that this is where I start. This is where I'm coming from. So anyways, I want to thank you again for being a part of that. You're amazing. You're so much more powerful than you realize. Everything that I'm learning, you're learning too. Or maybe it's stuff that you already know. So go out there and make the most of it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And until next time, just remember to always fill up with the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.